We're going to do quite a lot of work with the elements, breath, and with the Sufi chakras. And what lies behind that is extending the idea of being present as far as we're able to do it. So we can be present, first of all, having our eyes open when we dance. That's not a bad starting point. Being present to each other as well as to our own space. Being present to the outside as well as to the inside. But then also extending that to being present to the different levels of being, which are kind of revealed by the elements, breath, and by working with the chakras and the Sufi Subtle Centres. So that when we're dancing with as much of our being as we connect with as possible. So the objective isn't to show a right way of doing things. The objective is to sensitize ourselves, as I have done myself. When you dance on your own, you're not dancing for anyone else. And so you have a real opportunity to find out what it is that is important for your own connection and dancing. If something isn't working for you, you can stay with it and see what happens. And that's very interesting, because I find quite often when I'm dancing on my own or with one other person that something isn't working for me. And sometimes when I stay with it, it just transforms and suddenly it's working incredibly well. And other times, nothing happens at all. It doesn't work. Well, both those are quite interesting experiences. What I ask you to do is not to project negative energy into the circle, because that has an effect on everybody. Explore what this practice we're doing. We're doing the practice of Zikr, the remembrance of our connection with the One. And it really helps to have some space around that, to stay with that practice all the way through a day. It's not a long time. If we think about this practice of remembrance, I think it's really worth exploring in ourselves what that means for us. What on earth does it mean to have a connection with the One? It's so easy to just say, I'm doing some Zikr, and to just do some Zikr. The connection with the One is just this vast life challenge for us, life journey for ourselves, which is so, well, really, what else is more worthy of engaging with? In the dances, I use silence quite a lot in my dances, and I use it all the time. So the on-the-breath phases, just to state the obvious, are an opportunity to intensify our connection with the practice and with the words. I mean, again, it's just easy. We stop singing, relax a bit. It is a form of relaxation, but it's connecting more deeply with the words that we're saying. And the last thing to say is that what we're trying to do is connect with the One. That's the goal. There's all sorts of, and how do we do it? I think we do it with a spacious heart, opening to the divine presence, through quietening our being and refining our being. And then we have practices, which is we're doing practices, but the practices aren't the goal. The goal is the connection with the One.